press the button. So, welcome everyone, and thank you for being here to listen to me and to listen to the words of my inspirers. I've got some amazing guides that have started working with me, or rather in the last 2.5 years have started working with me, and they are all from the Bible era. And I know that I've been told this morning that many of them wish to talk this morning. Now, the first person that is here and wishes to talk is Mother Mary. Funny you should say that, isn't it? Mother Mary is saying to me that she is very touched by the emotion when anybody is celebrating what her son did all those years ago. She's saying to me that her life wasn't an easy life. Her life was one where she had much sorrow and much difficulty, but she always wanted to follow the words of God. She always wanted to be connected to God. No matter what happened in her life, no matter what tragedy there was, she always tried to be as close as possible to God as she could be. But there came a time when she arrived in heaven, and she's telling me that at that time she was unable to rest. Her soul found it difficult considering all the tragedies that she had experienced in her life. And when she was in heaven, she said to God, I cannot rest, I cannot be the person that you want of me, because I have too much sorrow and too much pain in my heart. I have witnessed so much death, so much heartache, and I cannot exist in the way that I am. And she's telling me that God gave her a gift at that very moment. And he's placed his hands upon her and said, I wish to take away the pain that you are feeling. I wish to take away the sorrow that you are feeling. I don't want you to feel this anymore. And it is my decision that I take away this pain. Mother Mary is saying to me that he did this with such grace and such love. He had love in his heart for me. Throughout all what I had suffered, he was willing to take away that pain, and he didn't want me to suffer anymore. And she's saying to me that we are in different times today. We are in times when our world, when we lived on the earth plane, was so different. We didn't have the facilities that you have today. We didn't have many of the computers and technical things and cars and all those sort of things. We didn't have them. But what we had is we tried to have love in our hearts. And she says this is the most important part of any soul on their journey, to have love in their hearts. It's so important, she says. Because if we don't have love in our hearts, then we are existing in a material world and with all the negativity that goes with it. She's asking you to ponder on these words and think about how important it is, how wonderful it is when you have love in your hearts. If everybody, and she makes me put my hands together like this, if everybody for a moment thought about somebody else, gave to somebody else, looked to cheer somebody up, looked to help somebody in distress, had a healing thought or a healing prayer about somebody who is in need, then our world would be such a different place. We would be able to live in harmony and in peace and in love. This is what I want for your world. And this is why I come here today, to give you my words, to help you understand that this is the only way to live, with love and peace in your heart. I feel like a shift in energy now. She's still here. She's saying to me that she has thought about it long and hard, about some of the words that she would say today. And she feels that the element of love is the most important words to be spoken about. She understands that all of you have a spiritual mind, have a spiritual inquiring mind, want to know the truth, want to understand what is life all about, why are we here? And I say to you, she says, I say to you, the reason why I am here today is to bring you along the path of truth, to help you understand that I do exist, that my son does exist, that God does exist, and many of my dear friends exist. For we are all willing to help you in your lives. We are all willing to serve you, to give you the truths of God, but also to give you our healing love wherever possible, wherever allowed. My heart and my love is all for you and will always be for every single human being that exists. And she says she thanks you for listening to her words, and she gives you so much love from her world to yours. And she's wanting me to go to my mouth to kiss my hand and sort of to give it to all of you. Thank you for listening.